What's up, HyperFast Nation? On this episode of the show, we are going to take a deep dive into guaranteed sales programs and how you can sell a lot more homes if you use these right. You don't want to miss this episode. All right, welcome back to the show today. Before we jump into guaranteed sales and how you can use this to generate more listings and close more deals, real quick, if you've been a listener here on this podcast, we would love it. In fact, we would love it a lot if you would leave us a review on iTunes. It only takes a minute to do. It helps us get this show out to more real estate agents. It also helps us get more guests because, as you know, it's not just me or Keri on here. We've interviewed over 400 top real estate agents, leaders, people from different businesses, people like Grant Cardone, Gary V, Billie Jean, Ryan Serhant, Tariq Al Musa, right? There's just, so many amazing people we've interviewed on the show. And the more you review it on iTunes, the more guests we are able to get. So please take a minute and do that for us. Now, on to guaranteed sales. All right. A lot of different agents run these in a lot of different ways. There are a lot of different, levels of it, right? I know to the agents that have not done it before, it can seem intimidating. So we're going to break down all of that today, right? Different ways to do it, how to reduce your risk, how to reduce the seller's risk, and really just how to have more tools in your tool belt, right? These programs are not for everyone. Not every seller will benefit from it. Not every seller will want to do it, right? Or you may have to adapt or change your structure to make it make sense for some people. But the more tools you have in your tool belt, the more problems you will be able to solve, right? If the traditional listing is the only tool you have, that's like when you have a hammer, right? If all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Well, not everything is a nail, right? Not everyone needs the traditional listing service. Some people need other things. So we're going to dive into different ways to run it. All right. The way we've run it on our real estate team, the Keri Shull team that has sold billions of dollars of real estate in the DC, Maryland, Virginia market, right? The way we've traditionally done it is by what we call a guaranteed sales program. Okay, now that's different than a guaranteed offer, which I'll get into as well. It's different than a performance guarantee. So we'll start with guaranteed sales, right? What is a guaranteed sale? There's different ways to market it, right? Like your home sold or I'll buy it, right? That's typically the language used, right? So that's how you would market it, right? Like we'll sell your home or we'll buy it. Okay. It's gonna help you generate more leads. Now, what do you do on the actual appointment and how does the program work? Well, you go in, you explain to them that you have a program separate from a regular listing, and the program basically works like this. You're going to give them a price, right? A price that if you don't, price that you'll buy it for if you don't sell it. Okay. Now you're going to be upfront with them. You're not going to give them like 100% of market guarantee. No one would do that, right? So you're not buying it for the price that they think. You're not buying it for the estimated, 100% market value, right? This is like an insurance policy, right? You're giving them the ability to at least know a bottom line number that they will get, okay? Depending on your market, you'll set the range, but it is going to be a percentage below what you think it would sell for with the listing. Right? It's a oops, it didn't sell kind of thing, typically. So, and then you'll buy it, right? If it doesn't sell after the time that you agree on, 30, 60, 90 days, right? Depending on how you structure it, you'll buy it, right? Net of your commission. Now, there's going to be terms on it, typically, right? So the way we would typically do this program, we would set a higher listing commission, right? So if your normal listing commission that you would charge was X, this would be X plus one or X plus 1.5% or whatever, you decide, but you're going to charge more, right? Whether it sells on the MLS to a buyer or whether you buy it, right? So you have this higher commission. Let's say your total package to offer this is 7%, right? Just as an example. You're also going to condition it upon them using you to buy another house of equal or greater value, or at least that's how we did it. Now you don't have to, right? And then we would set that commission at 3%. Okay, so we had a total of 10% commission baked in there. So the deal that we would structure would be this. We're going to give you a certain percentage of this price, right? Let's just call it 90. If we can't get that price with our commissions on, the sell and the buy all baked in, we'll buy it for you. We can subtract the commission from that price if we choose, right? So if you do that, if you're at 90%, you subtract your 10% commission, because you're adding up the buy and the sell side, you're basically getting to buy the property for 80%, which, by the way, that's typically more, right? And that example I gave you, and this is going to be different in every market. You're going to have to structure it different. All of these terms are negotiable for you and the seller. But in most markets, the people that have like the guaranteed cash offers, right? They're typically not coming in at 80%. They're typically lower. So for most sellers, this is a really good deal because it's giving them a backstop, an insurance policy that's higher than what they would have gotten with some of the, wholesalers and other types out there, right? But they still have the opportunity to get more, right? Because most of the houses that you list and put in this program are going to sell. Now you do have to put other terms and conditions on it, right? The house has to be readily accessible for showings during whatever, normal showing hours, right? It has to be kept in showing condition. So like all the things that you would want a seller to do to sell a house, because you're using this guarantee, you're gonna stack that into your terms and condition, right? So you're gonna have the home looking good, ready to show, and if they get an offer that beats the terms of your guarantee, right? You've met your obligation, right? So your guarantee is no longer on the table. So that's those are kind of how we would bake those terms in, and we would make a higher percentage if it sold through the normal market, which happened most of the time. There were multiple occasions where we did buy houses, right, and we'd have them with that discount, but the seller had their backstop, and this was particularly good for move-up buyers. So this kind of program, if you do it right, it's going to generate you more move-up buyer leads, and it's going to help you close more of those leads. So really great program overall. Now, another way to run this program, another variant of it, because you might say, Dan, look, I'm not ready to do this guaranteed sale thing. Like, I don't know if I have the investors or the personal financial wherewithal to close on the deal, so I can't do it. Well, another way is to have a change the guarantee from you buying the home till you'll sell it for free. So that's another way to do it, right? So your home sold in X number of days, guaranteed, or we do it for free, right? So then basically most of what I just laid out before is going to be similar, right? When we call this performance guarantee as opposed to a buy guarantee, and you're going to market it the same, except you're saying that you're going to sell it for free if you don't sell it. And then the terms are going to be, you're still going to want them to have it in showing condition, available for showings, all that kind of stuff. Except now your limit of liability, right? It's not to buy the house, it's the amount of the commission. So you'll basically reduce your listing side commission and maybe the buy side commission of what they're buying. Okay, so that's if you're afraid of buying the house or don't want to jump in, right? The performance guarantee is another way. Now, recently, there's another form of this that has come up. It works really well if you have the right partners, such as what we have now at eXp Realty, and it's a guaranteed offer program. Okay, so we're going to market to our sellers, if we're using this program, that, hey, we will get you an offer within 24 hours guaranteed. Okay, so we're not saying we're going to buy it. We're not saying we're going to sell it for free. We're just going to say, like, hey, if you take a meeting with us, right? If you take a listing meeting with us, we take a look at the house, within 24 hours, we will be able to get an offer back to you. There's programs out there that do this, like they're called iBuyer programs. eXp Realty has a partnership, and we actually get access to 3 or more huge partners through our platform. So the way we would run this program, we're going to advertise to sellers that, hey, we'll get you an offer within 24 hours guaranteed. Visit their house. We tell them, the pros and cons of using this program versus listing, right? Listing, more work. It's going to take longer, not guaranteed. But they're going to get more money, right? They do this program, it's going to be quicker. They don't have to do anything in the house. They might be able to get rent back even. The con is it's going to be lower. These are usually, in the 70 to 80% range of market value, which we disclose all this up front. Some people need the speed and the certainty over the work and the higher price, right? So if you're using a program like this, you're going to go visit the house, evaluate it, submit that criteria to your your iBuyer pool or your investors, right? You don't have to be at eXp to do this. It's just they make it really easy. They've got a couple hours of training on it. You submit the info to the platform, and they're going to bid it out, and you'll get offers to present within 24 hours. You could go out and kind of get your own partnerships with wholesalers and other real estate investors and recreate it and do it yourself. But it's a lot easier on a platform like eXp. That being said, right, you submit the info to whoever you're partnered with, you get the offers, you go back, present it to the sellers, right? With these programs, most sellers are not taking the offers, right? Most sellers are, they get the offer back and they're like, wow, I'd rather list, right? I'd rather put in a little bit of work, get more money. It's a good tool for the people that, don't want that, right? But most are going to choose the listing route, which means this is a great listing lead generator, okay? It's a great tool to provide a solution to some that need it. It's an even better tool for generating listing leads. So that, I hope, was a good overview for you of how to use different guaranteed sales programs or performance guarantees or guaranteed offer programs to provide more solutions to your clients and get more deals done. I hope you got a ton of value out of that. We've been doing forms of these for over a decade, really helped build the Keri Shull team into the business that is today. And for those of you who've ever been on the HyperFast Agent Academy or gone to hyperfastagent.com, we did put together a course on this. You can get more details on that at hyperfastagent.com if you go look at our courses. By the way, if you want to get access to all of our courses completely free, plus a ton more of group training and coaching that will help you sell more homes, you can do that by partnering with Keri Shull and I at eXp Realty. We've made all of our tools, training free to the agents that join us there, right? You're also, in addition to selling more homes after you get our training, you also are going to lower the amount of commission you pay your brokerage. And you're going to get a massive opportunity to get stock awards and build revenue share, right? Revenue share is just this amazing way to make passive income while helping other people. If you want to learn more about how to do that, send me a text message at 703-638-4393. Again, send me a text message at 703-638-4393 if you'd like to partner with me and Keri Shull at eXp Realty. Thank you for tuning into this episode. We'll see you next time.